Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Ultimate Racing League. I am your host, Panic at the Tesco, and I am going to be bringing you all of the action from the second race here at Spa-Francorchamps in the second round of the Manufacturers Saturday Trophy. So the first race was decided in Group 4 machinery, with Itsumi Dan being the winner. He'll be starting at the back of the grid for the second race. The weather here is looking fantastic, and we are going to introduce our Group 3 GT3 machinery. Starting with the person who finished in last place in our previous race. By the way, if you didn't watch the previous race, spoiler alert, go back, go on my channel and you'll be able to watch the previous race. It is well worth it. It was action-packed from start to finish. But with no further ado, we have got Sid the Sloth starting in his Cadbury chocolate sponsored Jaguar F-Type. An amazing looking car. Really love this livery. And Sid is going to be starting on the mediums, and he's going to be trying to hold off our second place starter. A very unlucky first race for him. This is one of the two Saints on the grid. We have got two people called Saint. It is just going to confuse me for sure. But Saint racing in his Alpina Porsche 911 RSR. A really striking livery there, and I really like to see all of these cool liveries, so we'll just swing the camera around and take a good look. And it wouldn't be Saint without proclaiming his love of Thingamajig. Well, we all do love Thingamajig. Great member in URL. Moving on to Hawkeye with his distinctive Makita Drills livery. I will keep making the joke that it's my dad's favourite car, because not because of the car, but because of the livery. My dad loves his Makita Drill, he really does. So actually I just missed, but Saint is also starting on the medium, and so is Hawkeye. So the top three cars all starting on the medium tyre. Just as a reminder of the rules, they need to use 2 compounds of tyre in this race, the mediums and the hards. In fourth place, we have Hoyland, who is actually our first car starting on the harder compound tyre. So he may lack the pace at the start, but once he's got those tyres up to temperature and he can get them out of the way, he can finish the race on the mediums. So that is Hoyland in the rather cool Frosties Racing Lexus. Moving back into the mid-pack, we have Rufus in his 911. He will be starting on the hard tyres. And thank you to Rufus for hosting this competition. So it takes a lot of effort to host these rounds and to organise everyone, and Rufus is doing that for us this season. So big up to Rufus for that. Moving one place back, we have got Carlsberg, who is racing in this Patronus-themed Lexus RCF. He'll be starting on the hard tyres, and hopefully he will remember to put some fuel in it when he pits this time. If you watched the first round, he pitted for tyres but not for fuel. So let's hope he corrects that this time. Then we are making our way back to the fastest people from the previous race. So we have Ninky, who finished, I think, in 4th place, yes, in the last race, with the re-liveried Emirates Racing Porsche 911, another stunning livery. Oops, I've just lost my headphones. We really have some amazing liveries here, yeah, so he will be starting on the hard tyres. Moving back to our podium from the last race, so we have the other Saint. I will jokingly call him the Saint. I hope my sound hasn't cut out there, because it did sound like it had. So this is the Saint with a question mark. In the Logitech Racing 911, he is starting also on the hard tyres. So we've got a couple in the mid-pack here starting on hards. Our runner-up from the first race in the Ferrari, so this is the older Ferrari, I think it's a 458, it's the older of the Ferraris available, and he's going to be starting on the hard tyres. And then our race winner, who has the privilege of starting last because it's a reverse grid race, Dan, who will be Isumi Dan, who will be starting on the mediums, and he is in the more up-to-date Ferrari. I think it's a 296, is it? I'm rubbish at Ferrari numbers. They're all random numbers as far as I'm concerned. But there we go. That is your grid, and we will now move over to the start procedure. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. We will get going shortly. So, thank you for joining us for the second race of round 2, and Sid the Sloth is leading us away, and he makes his way up to the start-finish line, and it is go, go, go for round 2, race 2. He has to navigate through Eau Rouge. He keeps it flat, not giving anyone a chance to get onto his rear end. He's getting away. He's actually managed to shake the toe of the Saint, but we've got some close racing coming back through the field. They're side by side, Rufus and Hoyland side by side, with Hawkeye holding third place. We've also got the Porsche and the Lexus side by side, and there's been contact, and Rufus has gone spinning off. Ninky getting some contact as well. Hoyland getting his way back. Keyboard Captain just about holding on, and Carlsberg holding on as well. Let's go back and watch that from a different camera angle and see exactly what happened. There was some trouble there in the mid-pack. So if we go back to Carlsberg, and we will play it from Carlsberg's bonnet and see exactly what happened. So you can see he's already got a run here on Ninky, but something happens to Rufus in front. So let's play it and find out. So he brakes nice and early, but it's actually Hoyland who makes the mistake. I think Hoyland comes across, and then there's just a bit of aftermath where everyone's trying to navigate. Hoyland there just then taking a dive up the inside of Carlsberg. He's getting passed now by Keyboard Captain. Keyboard Captain with a very costly penalty here as well. It's never good getting a penalty on the first lap, because it's going to drop you back places, because the pack is really tightly grouped together. Half a second penalty, not so bad in these Group 3 machines though, because they do have more power, so they will recover the speed quickly. Isumi Dan Isumi Dan getting pushed off the track there by the Saint. The Saint not living up to his name at all. He's more like the devil. I think that was a proper squeeze onto the grass there, and I think we should replay that as well. Let's just go back and see exactly what happened there. So we've got the perfect view here. He's alongside, and the Saint just leaves a small gap, just the gap of one Ferrari, and he goes, "No, you're not having it." He just pushes him wide. Deliberate or not, I'll let you be the judge of that. You can be the judge, he can be the Saint, but Isumi down straight onto the back of him now. And let's see, is he going to go up the inside? He does go up the inside into the chicane, into Lafania. And he's already on the back of Carlsberg, so let's watch him, because he is going to try and come back through. You can see Hoyland having a go at the car in front as well, just bailing out. Hoyland having a quick look at Keyboard Captain, but thinking better of it. And Keyboard Captain running wide. Oh, very hard to keep the car pointing in a straight line on that AstroTurf. And Carlsberg and Hoyland now, but we banging wheels. I just don't know where to look. I think we're four wide through Blanchimont. Carlsberg hitting into the side of Hoyland. Some proper door banging going on. This is proper touring car racing. Hoyland almost losing it there as well. Where did everyone end up? Well, Isumi Dan ended up in 5th place there. He's just ran wide into the chicane. Now he's tightening up the exit. So this is going to give the car alongside him a run. Carlsberg having a run on Isumi Dan, coming into La Source Hairpin, into the start of the second lap. So Carlsberg, can he just get around the outside? He's going to cut back underneath. Go on, get him. And that Ferrari in front, really hard to get on the power, but he's just about held off. And now we have more action, because Isumi Dan is going to be making a move on Ninky, I think. Meanwhile, Sid the Sloth doing really well. He's holding on to first place. He's really come alive, not living up to his name at all. He's Sid the Schumacher tonight. Hawkeye having a go at the Saint, going down into Lacombe. Is he going to get him under braking? He just has to brake just slightly later and then close off that apex. You can do it, Hawkeye. He's done it. Meanwhile, Isumi Dan has managed to get past Ninky, so we missed that one. I think we'll just go back and watch that, and I can see Carlsberg and Keyboard Captain having a ding-dong in the background as well. My God, blink and you'll miss it. So here we go, and Ninky looks like he got all out of shape through Eau Rouge. We can only go back 10 seconds, unfortunately. But let's just watch from Ninki's rear view camera here. Let's switch to the front camera. And yeah, he just took too much curb, didn't he? And he just got a bobble on there, had to gather the car up, the traction control kicking in very nicely, but it's given it Sumi Dan the run that he needs. And meanwhile, Carlsberg following through in the tow. That Lexus doesn't look like he's got much top speed though. He's much later on the brakes, but he's too late and he's ran wide, so he's not going to pull that move off. Just too late on the brakes. I did think he was very late there. Keyboard Captain then took advantage of that, so we saw that in the background. He's managed to get his way back past Carlsberg, and we can see Hoyland with a half a second penalty as well in the background. The Saint just holding fire, just watching what happens, and Rufus just recovering from that, being taken out on the first lap. I didn't get a good view of what happened there between Hoyland on the first lap. Racing incident, first lap carnage. I'll let you be the judge again. We'll see what the stewards have to say about these accidents afterwards. Hoyland running awfully wide there. Once you're on the marbles, you've got no grip whatsoever. So losing a place to the Saint on the way through Pouhon there. Keyboard Captain now in some free air. He'll be just, his heart rate will be through the roof right now. It'll be sort of like more like the heart rate of a hamster than a person. But he's got some clear air to gather his thoughts. Meanwhile, we have got more action because Saint is taking Sid the Sloth. It's all gone a little bit wrong for Sid the Sloth. He's got himself a penalty, and Sumi Dan's just gone, yep, I'll have that as well. So now Hawkeye leads from the Saint, leads from Sumi Dan. It's Sumi Dan in a really good position here. He is on the medium tyres, so he needs to get through the pack. He's come from last place up into third place, and the Saint just runs wide. He tags Sumi Dan, and not intentional, but unfortunately, oh no, it sent Sumi Dan spinning round. That just little bit of contact and all of that progress has just been wiped out, and it's just a racing incident there, I think. Let's just go back and double check, but well, I don't think this is a racing incident. I think the Saint has to hold his hands up to this one, because what's happened here is he's gone deep into the corner, but then he's still tried to claim the apex of the next corner. So it's just, yeah, just needed to have his wits about him a little bit more there, and then that has just spanned down around through no fault of his own. So I think a little bit more than a racing incident there. That was just a little bit clumsy. But we've got actually the other Saint pitting on lap 2. I mean, that's very early. He will struggle to make the end on fuel. There was no way that the fuel will last 8 laps around here. In fact, we've got more than 8 laps. We've got 9 laps, so he's really going to struggle. We won't watch the pit stop. We know that it's just a game of musical statues, these pit stops. It's Sumi Dan making his way back up though. He's already on the back of Carlsberg, so he's got it all to do again now. He's got to overtake 20 cars to make his way to the front this time, thanks to what happened up at the front there. Meanwhile, the Saint has actually got past Hawkeye, so we'll just go back and double check that in a second. Keyboard Captain's not got too far up the road. That will be Sumi Dan's main contender, judging on the results of the first race. We've got Ninki now hunting down Sid the Sloth. Sid the Sloth having a great race here. I did say it was only a matter of time before Sid finds his way around this track and finds some pace. Well, he's showing brilliant pace here. He's holding on to third place after 3 laps. So really, really well done. Keep it together. I'm rooting for you, bro. Hawkeye in second, and the Saint now in first. So let's just go back and see Saint taking Hawkeye. And where did it happen? It actually happened into La Source. You don't often see overtakes here. So let's see. Hawkeye just ran way too wide, made a mistake, and Saint just goes, thank you very much. Hawkeye did manage to bring it back together to get back on track, and Sid the Sloth actually defending really hard, not just enjoying this car tonight, but also holding off Ninki really well as well. So let's just watch them duel down the Camel Straight, because Ninki we're thinking, gosh, where's Sid got this pace from? This is this is a different Sid we're seeing here, and this is really nice. In fact, he's even having a look on Hawkeye here. Oh, I'm loving this. Underdog or not, I'm just loving this. This is great to see. Ninky just keeping on the back there. Ninky is on the hard tyres though. So Ninky doing a great job to keep the pressure on. Oh, he's just wide through Beau Rivage, but he's just... Maybe that's how you drive the Porsche around there, who knows? A lot of people taking it out wide. That's not how I take it, but I'm not saying whether I take it correctly. I take it narrow to set you up for no-name corner. But they're all getting the car swept across for no-name anyway. Keyboard Captain in 5th, it's Sumi Dan in 6th. He's got his foot down, hasn't he? It's Sumi Dan. Oh, Ninky having a big old slide there. So Ninky, like, just losing a bit of time to Keyboard Captain, getting caught up again. He's just got to keep his head. He's on the slow tyres, but he will have the advantage later on. Oh, going for a move that's just not on there. He bailed out of it, but he's cost himself some time there by sort of moving across. Oh, and Sid. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, Sid. So, that's such bad luck. Let's just see what happened. But it looks like he ran wide. Was about to collect the car back up, but then unfortunately Dan was just there. Yeah, so he's just tried to come back on the track, having just ran wide. We'll get it from this point of view. So it's an easy mistake to run onto this AstroTurf through here. Let's just see what happens. So he runs onto the marbles and he's just gathering the car back up, and then gets a bit of contact, facing backwards. And he's so unlucky, but with the pace that he's had, he should be able to catch back up. And the Saint must have had a problem himself, because he's... Oh no, he didn't. He had a pit stop, didn't he? I'm an idiot. Anyway, so I'm never going to be Ted Kravitz, am I? Because I just can't figure out what's going on here. I'm more of a Murray Walker, aren't I? No idea what's going on. Keyboard Captain. I wish I was as good as Murray Walker. I'm working on it. I'll have some catchphrases by the end of the season, I'm sure. So Keyboard Captain chasing down Ninky. It's Sumi Dan back up into 3rd place. He's had to do it twice. Hopefully this time he won't get murdered. But Keyboard Captain with a penalty again, but chasing hard on Ninky. They're both on the hard tyres, so quite literally chasing hard. See what I did there? Better wordplay. He's going to have a run down the Camel Straight. Let's see what this Ferrari's got in top speed down the Camel Straight. Is he going to pull out under braking? He's going to, but I think he's thinking better of it, because he's just too far back. Yep, he does right. Definitely don't go for the move if you're that far back. You need to be alongside. So very well driven there by Keyboard Captain. Let's see what else is happening. So Carlsberg not really under too much pressure from Hoyland, and then we've got a recovering Rufus, and Sid, I'm hoping he keeps his head down, because he had some seriously good pace. 227, well, okay, it's not that quick compared to the others, but it's not terrible. 227's in the game, so he just needs to keep his head together here, and he'll do just fine. So, yeah, racing's never fair, is it, you know? And he was legit holding on to 3rd place before that happened. So Ninky now in 4th place, running a little bit wide there, and he's going to get done here. He's going to get done by Keyboard Captain. Yes, that happens when you run wide out of the Fania chicane. That AstroTurf out there getting absolutely no grip whatsoever. Mind you, he's got a chance to make a comeback here, because the car in front, Keyboard Captain, has just taken a ½ second penalty. Cameraman, can you please point forwards? That would be great. Let's see where Keyboard Captain is. The cameraman doing his best to avoid Keyboard Captain. Here we go. So they are going to be fighting each other going into the chicane. Just zoom out, please. And there we go. He's held on to it, but Ninky decides that's enough of these hard tyres. I want easy tyres, please, not hard ones. So he's going to put and get the mediums on. Hoyland in 6th place with the penalty. but doing well because he's on the hard tyres. He's kept up with some of the medium runners here, so that's the thing you've got to bear in mind, is that the hard tyres are, I would say, 2 seconds a lap slower than the mediums. At least for me, in my Ford GT, they were 2 seconds a lap slower. Itsumi Dan has moved himself up into 3rd place, so the Saint must have made a mistake. In fact, the Saint must have made quite a mistake because he was leading, wasn't he? So let's watch this. We've got, oh yes, we've got a move on, from Hawkeye, so I just want to go back far enough. That's why, so the Saint had a penalty, of course. So yes, these penalties being a real menace and a continuing theme from Le Mans last week. The guys asked me for my advice on how to do better in these races. Avoiding penalties, I think, is the main thing here, because the half a second penalty actually costs you more like 1.5 seconds. And Itsumi Dan with a great move under braking there, just really rubbing it in. He's now on to Hawkeye. He's having to get out of it. He doesn't like that chicane, does he? And that Ferrari is a handful under power. I've driven it, and it's a horrible car to get the power down. So we're just watching a replay there of Ninki pitting. He pitted for those easy tyres. So we're back to where we were. Lap 5 out of 11. We have 6 more laps to go. So as we go down into Eau Rouge with Hawkeye leading the way now. Taking a lot of curb there. Must take some commitment to hold that amount of curb. Maybe not so fast down the Kemmel Straight though, because of that curb, and Itsumi Dan has got him in his sights. He's got the overlap. In fact, he's in front before the braking zone, so this should be a open and shut case for Itsumi, and it is. So he regains the lead of the race. Now he needs to make the most of the remaining fuel on those medium tyres and stretch his legs, try and get a gap so that when he pits for the hard tyres, he's got a chance of defending. Also on the mediums is Hawkeye. On the mediums is Saint, the first runner, and his main competition here is Keyboard Captain on hards. Keyboard Captain being a threat for the win of the race here. Once he puts those mediums on, he's going to be right all over Itsumi. So that is what he's got to watch out for now. Can he pull a big enough gap so that when he's got the switch on the tyres, that Dan can still keep the lead. Carlsberg having a quiet afternoon here in 5th place, and we are actually down to just 9 runners as well, so we have lost yes, we've lost Sid, and he must be heartbroken because he was actually in the race, and to lose out the way he did is just really, really, really unfortunate. So we've got the Saints also having a quiet afternoon, but bear in mind he did pit on lap 2. Bit of a weird choice. He is now going to have to feather throttle all the way around the lap because there's no way that he will get 9 laps of fuel out of a tank. Ninki in 8th, having also pitted somewhat sensibly, I think. From my own experience, 7 laps is the range of the fuel, and the medium tyres will absolutely last 7 laps. Ninki, you get my thumbs up. Great strategy. You're in with a shout. Hoyland pits. Rufus, I think, doesn't pit, but Keyboard Captain does. Oh no, Rufus does pit as well. The cameraman was just slacking off there. So we've got Keyboard into the pits, Rufus into the pit, and Hoyland. This is the point where Keyboard Captain could try and get an undercut on Itsumi Dan. So Dan really has to watch out here. We've got a mixture of strategies going on and a wide range of fuel use as well. So Rufus down on 29 litres of fuel, whereas Hoyland with 40 left in the tank. So a very big difference in fuel efficiency on these cars in the favour of Hoyland. He should get a quicker pit stop, and he might even be able to get past Rufus in the pits here. Unfortunately, Gran Turismo doesn't show you where the other cars are in the pit lane. It's a shame. So we won't get to see any sort of side-by-side action in the pits until he's released. It's just refueling now, and there we go. So Hoyland only putting 81 litres in the tank compared to Rufus's 94. We'll catch up with the front, but they've not seen any changes of position. And Hoyland getting a penalty on the pit entry. Is he going to get another one on the pit exit? Let's find out. Yes, he gets a double whammy. That is painful. Ninky with a track limits penalty. Rufus also picking up 3 seconds, but Hoyland managed to get past Rufus. It's going to be to no avail though, because 6-second penalty is brutal. Let's just see. I think I just saw there how Rufus got his penalty. It was the same as race 1. So you really have to watch it, that you have to lift off a little bit for that first little bend, but that's so easy to do that you just bring the car over too much to the left and clip the white line, and that is a slam dunk penalty. It is so harsh, but that is the way Gran Turismo works. Let's just go back all the way to Hoyland's pit entry and just see how he managed to get the pit entry penalty as well. So here he is. We have the CCTV footage of him. And what does he do? Oh, this is going to be really harsh. I think he gets the penalty for touching the bollard, or it could be for hitting the wall. I'm not sure the way Gran Turismo assigns them. It could just be random for all we know. Carlsberg continues on after these pit stops, so we go back to the Camel Straight, where we can see Carlsberg making his way in 4th place on the racing hard tyres. He's going quite long on them. Not really recommended in my opinion. The hard tyres just don't have enough grip compared to the mediums. So it does say that he's pitted twice there, but he clearly hasn't, because yeah, I think it's just a timing screen bug. He would be a minute behind if he had pitted twice. Saint continuing on in 3rd place. Hawkeye holding on to 2nd. Hawkeye having a great race here. He's not fallen down the order at all. To say that he qualified near the back, he's having a good outing here. And lap times, so they are a little way off what was being set in the first league, in the Manufacturers' Cup rather than Manufacturers' Trophy. I'm trying to remember now what the lap times were, but I actually can't remember. I think they were 2:30s, and actually Itsumi Dan on fire. In fact, no, sorry, it wasn't a 2:30. I'm just getting mixed up with the other cars. It's 2:20. Yeah. Oh, I should know. Yes, it's it's 2:20s, and that is rapid from Itsumi Dan. Like on soft tyres, you'd be doing 2:18s. So 2:20.3 is really good, considering it's on worn mediums as well. He has got the bit between his teeth here, showing his mettle as a future League One contender. It would be great to see him taking on some of the big boys. But it's early in the season yet. He's still got to prove his worth. He's got 8 more races left. Try and make it 8 wins if he can. And we've got the Saint also pitting now, so Itsumi Dan having used more fuel than the Saint, so the Saint might be able to close the gap in the pit lane. And who are we on board with a penalty there? It's just Ninky with that half a second that we saw earlier. So Ninky making his way up the grid order now with this very smart strategy, a very good move. His lap times though don't look anything special there. 2:26, 2:32 was obviously the lap he pitted. I guess you can't really read much into it. We need to see what this lap time is. This will tell us. Oh, and he's getting a horrible wobble. That will definitely slow this lap down. So let's see, what is it? A 2:25. Yes, he did need to be in the 2:20s to catch Dan. But let's see now. Let's follow Saint, and Saint's having another disconnect. I think has his controller disconnected? It looks like it has. Oh, unlucky. I think he'll get it going, but we'll have to see. Dan out of the pits into 3rd place, with Carlsberg having not pitted and Hawkeye having not pitted. 7 laps for Hawkeye on the mediums. Again, good strategy call there, because that is a full tank of fuel. I think he might even be able to do 8 laps. It looks like he's not used that much fuel. He is driving with his hazard lights on, so he gets a reprimand for that from the stewards. Driving with your hazard lights on, very silly. No, there's no rule against it. Carlsberg managing to manage that tyre wear better in the Group 3 car compared to the Group 4 car in the last race. This Lexus having been designed much better than its Group 4 counterpart. So, Dan holding on to third place, and Keyboard Captain is behind him on track. They're not close to each other on track. I can just see Izumi Dan a whole corner in front, but Keyboard Captain has got the fastest tyres now, and they will be up to temperature. He'll be loving the extra grip that he's got on them. Let's see what he's like as we go through Stavelot. Can he keep it flat? Not quite, he had to lift. So there is a knack to getting that flat. It can be done flat in most of these cars on mediums, but you have to be committed and you have to get the turn in exactly right. Carlsberg, let's see, I hope that this time round he realises that he needs to put fuel in the car. That was a major weakness of his strategy in Le Mans, was that he had a very fast pit stop. He wins the pit stop award, but unfortunately there wasn't any fuel in the thing. So the Petronas sponsors just being there for show, clearly. Hawkeye continuing out there, getting the fuel consumption award for this race because he managed to do 8 laps. That's more than I thought you could do. He'll probably be starting to get tyre wear kicking in now. And 2:33 is his average lap time, so about 3 seconds a lap slower than the lead pace. I am wondering if anyone is actually close, but Keyboard Captain, having just set the fastest lap of the race, taking it off Izumi Dan, and he is showing his intent. He is saying, nah, Dan, you're not having this to yourself. I am coming for you here. He's going to be going for the win. He's setting the fastest first sector again, 0.3 faster. And yeah, anything less than a 2:20 around here is a good pace. I'm going to have to go back to my race and see what... I think I got the fastest lap, and it was a 2:19 something. But I'm clearly not that much quicker myself. These guys would be frightening me if they were racing me in the Cup. And yes, Dan will be having a few nerves now when you see the gap to the car behind just closing. Meanwhile, we've got Ninky in third place on the mediums. Sorry, in fourth place, but it's going to be a net third place, I think, if he can just hold it together. Rule getting it all out of shape there in Puan. Yes, that was squeaky bum time for Ninky for sure. Be sure to send him a thumbs up in the comments and some toilet paper to go with that slide. He certainly did leave some skid marks there. Hawkeye coming into the pits. We're going to have the usual pit lane statue competition from the pit crew, courtesy of Gran Turismo. And it'll be interesting to see where Hawkeye comes out, because he has stayed out longer than everyone else. Those medium tyres have worn down quite heavily at this stage. Let's see, Dan should take the lead, I would expect. It looks like he will, but he's got Keyboard Captain now really closing up to him, and Keyboard Captain will be salivating. I don't know if he uses a controller or a wheel, but either way it's going to be covered in dribble because he'll be salivating at the chance to pass him into the Camel straight. Oh, in fact, he's having a look through La Source. He's a bit too far back, but all he has to do now is time this run, and this should be a gimme. So this will be a change for the lead if we get it. So Ferrari on Ferrari, Works Ferrari versus the old 458 Ferrari. And actually, Keyboard Captain must have stuffed it up through Eau Rouge there, technical term, stuffed it up, because he's fallen back off Dan through Eau Rouge and not got the run down the straight. So, might have just caught him out being in the slipstream. The wake of these cars does reduce the downforce ever so slightly. He's taking a much tighter line through Malmedy. Is he going to make a go in Beau Rivage? You need to be really deep on the brakes there to have a go, because it's not a big braking zone, and he just backs out of it. Nose to tail as we go through No Name Corner. Could he line up through Puon? No, he's not going to. He's too far back. Let's just go on board. That's his view as he looks at the back of Itsumi. This is a horrible corner on hard tyres though. Third gear, and yes, Itsumi's gone wide. He's gone wide and he's given it to keyboard captain. He just had to be patient and he's got the place. It was only a matter of time in my opinion. Yeah, even the best of us can't really hold off a medium tyre compared to a hard. So Dan now just needs to focus, regain composure and try and bring home a second place. By the way, Hawkeye, where did he come out of the pits? He came out third. What a result for Hawkeye if he can hold this on, but he has got a fast charging Ninky behind him on the medium tyres who's going to be out to steal his podium. So he's going to be defending for all he's worth as the tyres do start to wear out actually on Ninky's car. That is one disadvantage of been pitting early for them. But I still stand by it. I think it's the right strategy. He pitted on lap 4. I would have probably pitted on lap 5, but pretty close. Ninky moving close under braking, coming into the chicane. Not really worth having a look from that far back, but now if he gets a good exit here, he could have a go through La Source. I think still maybe just needs to be a tenth or two closer. Yeah, he needs to be half a second closer. So braking at the light board on the right, and you want to be clipping. Yes, he clipped that inside apex perfectly there. I think he kept it within track limits. He's going to have a great run down here. He just needs to time this run perfectly now. It's sweep across, take that curb. Oh, he's done the same as Keyboard did, having to get out of the accelerator there. So this has compromised him, and he's going to be too far back here. He just needed to keep his foot to the floor and nice and smooth, but he's gaining at the end of the straight, but just not close enough under braking. So the fight's going to go on as we go through Lacuma Malmedy. Let's see whether he can get him. I think this is the closest battle on track. Let's just quickly catch Carlsberg, nothing going. Rufus on his own. The Saint and Hoyland are having a bit of a fight, so let's just see. Can Hoyland get him? He can't. We caught that just at the right moment. The Saint having a spin all on his own. I don't think there was any contact with Hoyland. It was just a spin. And we've now got Saints in the last two positions. It's a bad day to be a Saint. Going back, so we had Hawkeye still battling Ninky, so these two are still duking it out over that podium position, and Ninky's just hit Hawkeye there, and they're continuing to hit each other. I think they've agreed to be friends. They've both kept it on the track, but it's allowed Carlsberg to now close in, and Carlsberg on the mediums as well. So Hawkeye's in real danger here of losing two places. And swerving across the road there as well. It might have just been a bit of lag. This has definitely allowed a three-way battle here. We're going to stay with this one because Carlsberg, being the opportunist, is just seeing an opportunity here. He's trying to make it around the outside of Blanchimont. Nothing going there. Is he going to be the last of the late breakers? Throw it to the outside maybe. Ninky's going to the inside. Ninky's trying to the inside. He gives Hawkeye a shove, but Hawkeye's got the inside. Becomes the outside now, and they've got through, but through all of that, Carlsberg threading his way through and taking the place. So let's go back again 10 seconds and watch it from Carlsberg's point of view. We need to go back slightly more than that. So riding on the bonnet cam of Carlsberg, so he sees Ninky having a go up the inside. Ninky makes contact there. Ninky then holds back, I think, just to make sure that Hawkeye keeps the position, and Carlsberg up the inside, loads of room on the inside. He just says, thank you, I will have some of that. As we go on to the final lap now. So Hawkeye braking offline. I'm not sure why Hawkeye didn't find the left-hand side of the track there, maybe just losing focus a little bit. Ninky having, that was contact there, wasn't it? Let's just watch again. So Ninky, he tries to throw one up the inside and has to get on the brakes, and Carlsberg doing very well to keep composure there. I think Carlsberg's about to get a penalty actually, because even though he was hit, he did go off the track there. I think Gran Turismo lets you get away with it though if you're forced off track. It must have let him get away with it. He's flat through Eau Rouge. That's what we want to see. So Carlsberg showing you how it's done there. Take notes, Ninky. That is how you do it. It was flat out there, and he's now right in the slipstream. So he should be able to just simply brake later, claim the inside, and Bob's your uncle. Running over the bollards there. Those bollards are £50 each. So Carlsberg, if you could just write out a check, please, for £200. That's 4 of them you've just hit. They ain't cheap, you know, those bollards. But Carlsberg into the podium positions. So quite a good afternoon for Mr. Carlsberg. And Mr. Hawkeye having a good result by comparison as well. So Hawkeye down the order in the first race and not having the best outing at Le Mans either, but he's right up there in this reverse grid. That's why we have reverse grid races, because all you have to do is keep your nose clean, defend well, and you'll keep onto the position, which is exactly what Hawkeye's done. He's just kept himself out of trouble. That's exactly what you need to do. Talking of trouble, Ninky deciding to spread a bit of gravel for us. We do have a sandcastle building competition at the end of the day, but I think the Saints won that. Although it's a close one with Sid, who also built quite a mighty sandcastle with his spin. Rufus down in 6th place, Hoyland in 7th, and then we've got the 2 Saints, quite a long way back to the other Saint because he had that hardware problem. So we've just missed it, but Keyboard Captain across the line with Itsumi Dan in 2nd place. Carlsberg bringing it home now in 3rd place. Hawkeye in 4th. Well done, Hawkeye, great result. And then Ninky in 5th place. And Rufus taking it very easy round the final corner. He's only on half throttle, so maybe he's having some problems. But he's just about made it across the line in front of Hoyland. And then we've got the Saint bringing it home in 8th place, and the Saint bringing it home in 9th place. You heard that correctly. So, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for our race winner, Keyboard Captain, executing a brilliant strategy there, using the hards at the start to great effect so that he would have the mediums at the end. He also takes our fastest lap by about 1/10 of a second over Itsumi Dan. But another strong result there from Itsumi Dan. And showing great promise there. These two both looking like they could be contenders next season in the Cup rather than the trophy. Carlsberg bringing it home a solid 3rd place, and that is our action for tonight. Gosh, I need a cup of tea, and whilst I'm making that, be kind enough to like and subscribe. Make sure that I get paid enough for a tea bag at the end of tonight. I will be back next Saturday with a live stream of next Saturday's race. We don't know where it's at yet, so we'll have to find out later. It'll be a surprise, but we will be back next week with a Saturday race, followed by my commentary on the League 2 race. So look forward to that. I'll see you next week. Have a great week, and make sure to follow Ultimate Racing League on Facebook. Thank you. I've been Panic at the Tesco, and you haven't. I'll see you next time.